disappears though, opens it up, takes down Genesis, 12 is there. And now they're going on the side of multiple rackups, 3 and 4.
Archer though, so a 2 versus 2. Dave pulls out his weapon at the last moment and flicks around. Spot one is able to offer his teammate trap. Frost to come in for the double kill and potentially the triple. Yes, he triples up.
So Euphoria. Ooh, an Ecstasy with a triple there. What a play. Can he get the ace? Ecstasy, what an ace.
Yes. I don't know. Some weird void.
I think I'm live now. Hello. I was just so into the jam with the trailer music that my microphone wasn't working.
That's a good one.
I lost my voice. I was speechless. Welcome everyone to the Critical Ops live stream. I am WadiX, Senior Community Manager and Esports Manager for Critical Force, and I'm joined by my colleague Zenklar, Senior Game Designer. So,
yes.
You want to say hi to everyone before we start?
Hi everyone.
Hey, that's
yeah.
That's
a lot of good stuff to talk about. I think
yes.
People are excited for what you ended up posting on the socials. So.
Oh yeah,
stuff coming.
Lots of things coming. Exciting times. It's great to have a lot of great people working that we're working with to have this kind of common goal to bring some excellent gameplay and this kind of like future of Critical Ops which we'll be talking about throughout the stream and later on in the Discord stage.
At least touching on it, yeah.
Yes. We'll teasers, introductions, and then we'll throughout the year you'll be able to see the full-fledged of what's coming. But before we start, of course, make sure, if you haven't already, you follow our social medias. We're on Discord, Facebook, Reddit, Twitter, Esports, Twitter, Instagram. We have our website. We have VK. So just make sure you follow all those social media so that you're up to date about everything on the world of Critical Ops. But today, I just want to kind of mention that we're doing things a little bit differently than usual. So if you're here for some viewer games, unfortunately today there's not going to be any viewer games. There's just more of like a kind of some demonstrations that we're going to be showing you for the upcoming update. But we wanted to have the stream so that we can go more in depth into update 1.32, which is massive, and we want to be able to communicate to everyone the important changes that and why they were implemented. We want to be able to show this all, and then at the end of the stream, we'll be showing some things related to 1.33. But don't worry, we still got some giveaways during the stream towards the end. So make sure you stay tuned so you'll learn how to win them. But one more note is that right after this stream, we plan to hop directly into our official Discord, into a Discord stage. So we'll be continuing the conversation that we started here, and we'll be going over there. So make sure that you do join over there, and we will be glad to have you guys over there as well. So quick summary. Stay tuned to the end of the stream. There'll be giveaways. There'll be teasers as 1.33 update. And then right after, join us on the Discord stage. I think I covered everything, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so 1.32 was a huge update. huge update. And then maybe I can just kind of show this other screen so that people can kind of see what's in 1.32 in case you haven't downloaded the new update. Living under a rock. Haven't heard the news yet. But yes, we are now in 1.32, and there's a ton of different things that was here. You can most likely just all of a sudden just see the different layouts of how it looks. There's a lot of things on the screen that you can see, but we're gonna cover most of the things that was listed on the website, and then there was also a lot of feedback. So we thank everyone for your feedback to let us know things that you like, or things that you maybe found a little bit frustrating. And we're listening to everything that you guys are saying, and we actually have some great news because as we talk about some of these different things today, Zenklar, we purposely brought him on stage over here so he can tell you some of the cool fixes or changes that we can do to make sure we address some of these feedbacks that you guys have been giving. So we do appreciate your time, Zenklar, to come here as always. And I know you're always busy, like trying to create the new stuff for Critical Ops, but I appreciate your time jumping on stream to talk to our community.
It's fun to join these and be part of the dealing with the community and spreading all the cool stuff that we actually do. So just iron curtain that sometimes you can see behind it. So it's nice to be able to actually talk about some of this stuff a bit more and why we did certain changes and why we're doing it, like to move forward, for example, and stuff. So let's go through the 32 stuff.
Yep. So first thing, we have our awesome Warpaint event that's has come back. So want to make sure that we let people know of the Warpaint event, and let me show some things related to that. Here we go. So in this update, Warpaint is here, and you can see the awesome new image that we have for it. And of course, yes,
some breach lore.
Yes, some breached lore and
cool comic to go with it.
Yeah, and if you guys do like the lore kind of things, do express your your thoughts, and we would love to dive into to explore that lore a little bit more. But we as always, we have some awesome different skins that's coming out into this event. There's many different types of things that you can get here. So dive in, you can take a look at all the cool stuff. And what I really like about our updates now is that there's actually a lot of cool things that you can pair with. Before there was when we had different skins, it's like you have a certain knife, but now you're able to sort of have like a combo, like so you can have this cool glove and you can have this knife that matches with it. So that's something I really do enjoy, and try to want to show it off to people.
Yeah, but we spend a lot of time working on different kind of combinations and sets and themes that fit together well, and Warpaint is probably one of our best showcases of that breach and coalition theme and faction feel and all that, so you can really feel like you're either coalition or breach. And that's one of the really great things that we've been doing it already for a while, and we're gonna keep doing it more and more, and hopefully introduce more this kind of cool lore and cool visuals in the future as well.
Yep, for sure. So one of the first things that we want to talk about in this update is the ping markers. So for a long time, we've been talking about a different way to communicate with each other in the game that won't just affect your lag, your experience in the game. And this has been worked for a very long time, and I think this is a very cool thing to have as like a ping system to be able to notify your teammates. And I've personally, just loved it when I'm like in a rank and I can just say, you're on breach side, right? You're just like B, so just ping marker B. You don't have to type anything. You don't have to even go to the chat to type B and push the letter B. You could just do B,
Just
and then you
swipe
can go.
your finger on the joystick.
Yes, it's very easy, and I do kind of want to show that first, and then we can kind of talk about some things that you guys have been giving as feedback, right? So let me jump into a game, and then we can show that. But yeah, like maybe you can give some insight about how like this whole thing of being developed and everything.
Yeah, so yeah, a lot of it came down to figuring out how to do better communication with players. One of the challenges is that we have a lot of players from all over the world, so translations and that kind of stuff was important, so everyone can understand and communicate with each other without the language barrier, so to say. And ping system was probably one of the best ones that we could utilize for that. So all the pings that you can do are localized, translated to players, and there's visual icons that match the pings, but also the actual text and other things. So it's maximizes the way that you can actually talk and communicate with others, even if you don't speak the same language. And we started with the kind of clear set of 8 pings. For us, it's all about diffuse in this case. So the A and B bomb site pinging, using certain things like enemy spotted, showcasing like grouping up here. These different pings, we spent a lot of time and we talked with our programs about what kind of pings they would like to see, and collected a lot of feedback in terms of like what are the most utilized tactics in the game, what kind of commands do people use in the chat, for example. So just to make the life easier, weapon pinging was a huge one, being able to ping the weapons.
Yep.
So that you get like, hey, here's U ratio, you ping it, and then the rest of the team knows that, okay, there's a gun there, so somebody go pick it up before you lose it.
Yep.
And that kind of stuff. And we really hope to build on this kind of stuff in the future, like improving this ping communication and kind of addressing all the feedback that we've been receiving. And we'll go more into that a bit later. But yeah, ping system was the best way for us to also support the device specifications that we have. So trying to keep the low end, having everyone communicate the same way. And it's also a nice way to kind of avoid the toxicity that comes with voice chat, for example. Something that we've talked over and over in the team, and we saw that this was a better fit for us and what we want from the game and how we want to evolve it in the future as well.
Yes, and definitely, like everyone has been giving great feedback, and just know everything that we introduce. Like we're this it may be like a beginning stage, but we can be able to evolve it and make it so we all enjoy it, right? And it's already off the bat. I think it's already a great feature to have, and I've been using it, and I think some people like are saying certain things like, oh, maybe they're spamming it, and that's we're listening.
Yeah.
No.
Well, it's a new feature, so when update goes live, people are gonna go a bit over the top with it. Even though we built quite strong spam protection to it, and we can actually adjust a lot of the values still, and we are still looking for the actual values, because the thing is that we can't make them too tight, otherwise it's going to be not used by anyone. But if we put it too much, then a spam fest becomes a thing. So we need to kind of find the right values, and due to how our testing phases are with beta and internal programs, it cannot tell the whole picture, so we sometimes have to rely a bit on the live game when updates goes out to actually be able to adjust and figure out how to actually put the right values in. But we've seen already a lot of the early spam is disappearing. I've had a lot of players DMing me about oh, actually this is really useful because we've actually managed to play throughout the match using just this, like I didn't have to open the chat once, for example. And that's especially on the casual and newer players who are having to learn and understand what's going on in this game, because diffuse is a quite demanding mode for players to get in. and this helps just literally just follow the instructions if somebody is able to use it. So if you're any type of in-game leader, this is the feature for you, because you can kind of command everyone to do and showcase them, like do this, go here, group up here, and all that. So it's a really useful feature, and we're only planning to make it more and more useful in the future. But yeah, I guess we can go to the feedback stuff.
Well, speaking of useful, I think there's people already talking about certain things. Like, for example, this picture shows, the character not being orange anymore, right?
Yeah. So we've released the first version of the ping system, and already the feedback that we've been getting is that like some of the choices that we made, players are saying like they are too over the top, confusing. So for example, with this, if you're doing the need help ping, need support ping, your character is colored orange, which was the color that we chose for the icon and the ping to be like, I need help. So we're going to be, for example, addressing the feedback in a way that we're removing the color from the character, but we're still leaving you the icon, so it showcases that you can still see that icon anywhere on the map. It appears for a moment and then disappears basically. So when you do that I need help, your team knows that you get the sound cue out of it, and that's it. So we're finding ways to address these issues.
And if you notice on the same picture, the round ball on top, is
yeah, that was another feedback,
right?
Yeah, that was another feedback that we heard players that because we used to have the icon on the top, and then that icon changes to text from sometimes depending on the distances. We are going to be addressing that in a way that players value that they are able to see who is the teammate on the top. So we are going to be removing the ball and just putting text so that you can see who your teammate is and like the distance, how far from them you are. So it makes it a bit easier when you're buying for teammates, for example, and all that. So it's one of these direct feedback from you guys, and we are adjusting to it as we go along with the feature.
Yeah,
so
definitely.
It is really valuable for us. Like everything we're hearing, we're collecting it and we're looking at it. Like how do we address the core issue? Here's another example. Some people are complaining that the pings are a bit too. It's too easy to trigger the text version of it, and that kind of covers things too much. So we're addressing it so that now if you hover over it, you only get that tiny icon changing into whatever information you need. So enemy spotted, the weapon name, and you have this distance and nothing else. So we take all the extra names and other things away from it. Same here with the weapons. We added a highlight color to showcase the weapon tier when you drop a weapon and it's in the ground. We're going to be removing that one and changing the text a bit so it's less intrusive and a bit more kind of natural and blends in with the environment. So it's not so on your face, but you still have the nice details of like the skin name and the tier color in the name and all that. So for those who really want to be like, oh, that's a cool skin, wonder what that skin is, and now you can see that. So you can know the name of it and go hunting for it, so to say. So yeah, some of these things, and these are all things that we're collecting the feedback still. So everything we're showing you now, none of it is final. We're still addressing these issues, and there will be in the future 1.32 updates, additional updates that we're pushing out. So we're addressing each issue as they come along.
So in the same update, it's not you don't have to wait. You don't have to wait until 1.33. It's gonna be in this update. Cool.
Yeah, we're pushing updates all the time. Like when we push a big major update like 1.32, there will be follow-up updates with it. Those usually happen in the app stores, and the most important thing is that if you want to get those updates fast, you need to update your app as well. So it's not going to always give it to you automatically or force you to update to it. That's how Google and Apple sometimes work, that you actually have to update the app yourself, to go to the Play Store, update it, to get the latest update. And many times, like when we have issues, those are already being pushed out. So it's all about getting and staying up to date on your end.
Yeah, definitely. And I want to kind of make sure everyone knows that this is all something that we, like we said, all the feedback we were getting is great, and we're going to be working towards, doing our best to see if there's anything we can do to make sure certain things like this is, you know, how do you say it? Like,
some things just take time to address
Yes.
as well. Not everything can happen in an instant. I know
Yes.
the pain is real when the update goes out and nothing works, but sometimes it does take us a moment to actually figure out how to address these issues and get the update out. Sometimes it's also not like we want to put the update out, but there are other issues that prevent us from putting it out as well. So
Yeah.
the thing that we hope and ask from the community is that you guys understand that we are doing and addressing these issues, and the updates are coming out. It's just
Yes.
going to take a while, but also that you guys are following our channels so that you can be up to date when we push out an update. Discord is probably one of the best places to stay up to date. We're always posting information about even the tiny updates there, but we're going to start putting more and more, like you're going to start seeing more inboxes, more messages about smaller updates and fixes that are coming out. So we're trying to improve our communication in that way, and it's all thanks to what you guys have been saying and asking. So
Just know that when we put out updates, the intent is to give you a great update. Sometimes stuff happens and it's not intended, so of course we will look at it and address it as soon as we can. But there is by no means we don't make updates to be like, haha,
why would
sucker,
we ruin the game?
or something like that. No,
Exactly.
we want you to have the best experience, and if you see something that feels off or something, again, just give your feedback, and we'll do our best to listen. And I think we just in general, I think anybody in this community knows that we do really care about our community and what they say about certain things. So continue to do that. But yes, let's move on. So you know we do have
Next
time,
topic.
like, so we can. There's lots of things to cover. So next thing is about the control settings and rework of the second button. So control setting. Maybe I
This
can
was a
just
huge one.
maybe you just cover this first. I mean, already you can on the screen you can see like the green part, which is tremendously better, because before, like, everything was gray and you were like, what my value is. So this is already improved so that visibility wise you can be able to see what's there, and I think it looks a lot more cleaner on the settings side. And what we have done is give you more customizable different settings that you can do for you to for your aim and how you use your controls, right?
Yeah, a lot of the gameplay control settings, especially were updated and changed. Like we call it the settings rework at this point, because it is fundamentally reworking everything we had in the settings. We were really worried about settings transferring over. So far, everything seems to have been going pretty well. Not a lot of complaints about that, but there were other issues that came out because of the changes, and some of the things that, like, old settings used to have a lot of unknown variables, what we call it, unintended combinations and designs that have come out throughout the years, and we cleaned up all of it. Like basically everything was cleaned up in the settings. We are now more aware what is in there. It's easier for us to add new features there. One of the showcases is, for example, one of the issues that came up with the buttons, being able to touch the buttons and do aiming with them versus not, and the button just being an on-off switch basically. And we addressed that, for example, very quickly. It took us a while to figure out what was the actual complaint when players started sending feedback in. And here is a video that showcases like the issue, for example, that you were not able to. Some people loved this feedback in terms of aiming with the buttons, like jump button and other stuff. But it was also a complaint that we had from previously from the competitive scene, that why is my aim moving when I press my button? So there's two sides to the same issue, and now what we did is we gave you an option, a toggle, to be able to select which one you want. So you can either have buttons that don't move your aim or buttons that move your aim. But you can also use joysticks. So we're increasing the amount of options you have. It's going to increase the complexity in the settings, but I think one of the best things is that we offer you a lot to customize your play experience. And another issue that we are going to be addressing as direct feedback from you guys is the release to shoot. A lot of players have been complaining that you cannot unscope from it anymore, and we are working on that right now, coming in a future update, that we are going to be able to give you that unscoping ability, not the way that it was done before, but similar to how the ping markers, you can cancel making a ping. So you just drag to the X and let go. And that's our goal, like trying to make smart decisions, find out the best ways to introduce you these features and give you all the things you want, so to say. So that's one of our core here. We're trying to find out the core issue of the feedback and then address it as best as we can. And now with this settings rework, the great thing is that it really allows us to do this in a way that is efficient and fast, and we can actually do a lot more cool stuff in the future. Like we mentioned in the patch notes, that we're looking at pre-saved settings and other things and ideas that have been talked about for a long time, but we have never been able to do it because of having to do these kind of necessary steps first, so to say. So getting through the pain is sometimes good things come from that.
So let me kind of summarize this. There's a few things in the game that was kind of built in a way that it's not able to evolve. It's not able to really change. And what our design team has done, it was be able to kind of break it down, just kind of like how we did previously. We said this before about how maps work, how we have to break it down in order for us to create maps easier. We talked about this with game modes. You guys broke it down before, and now we can be able to have different types of game modes now. It goes back to the same thing. Now, the settings was a certain way as well. So we have to break it down, and now there's infinite possibilities like you do. You have an extra shoot button for those people who want
that was one thing that people forget. We added additional shoot button, so you can actually have 2 shoot buttons, and not just that, you can turn one into a button or one into a joystick. And you have the control over how much sensitivity it has for snipers, for assault rifles separately, when you scope in with them, or if you're just using it as a normal. Like, you have so much control over these things that we really ask everyone, like, explore the settings. Don't get stuck in the way that they used to be. There's a lot of opportunities here to improve your gameplay in terms of like aiming and like just general buttons and everything you can do with it. Because we've tested a lot of this stuff, and we have a lot of new features coming in the way with this as well. And that's one of the key things that we wanted to highlight here, is that we have to do sometimes these kind of major reworks in order to move the game forward. We're trying to address everything that, like, for example, some of the settings that got lost, so to say, when we released the update, but now we're bringing those features back better than ever. So giving you the control, giving you a better experience, hopefully, and just listening to the feedback and doing smart decisions to that kind of stuff. But it does take some time to find out that issue. Like, we've been hammering with Kalle, trying to figure out what everyone talks about when they report a bug, and that's been one of the big challenges.
Cool. I hope this session so far has been enlightening, like that you guys can understand like how things were and what we are doing to evolve the game and different things, your gameplay experience as well. So anything you want to add?
It's all about bringing these new experiences, like being able to do the scoped assault rifles, for example, and scoped guns in general. Now we have the tools and the means to actually give you the options, give you all the things to be able to make that feel great, not just that it's like doesn't feel right. Like we can actually evolve the way, like you notice that we've put AR-15 and the new weapon Scar Age, a massive upgrade as well in this update. And we released actually Scar Age in this update, which is like, we have so much stuff in this update that you kind of forget almost what is in there. But yeah, the ADSing is more snappier, the gun feels better, even without aim assist. You're still able to control it much better with all these settings and just adjust it to your perfect liking, and really ADS scope. Yeah, that's something that we're really trying to push more and more all the time, and just tiny improvements here and there.
Yep. And so the next topic is talking about, that was smooth. You just started talking about the AR-15 and the Scar. So these are the next few things that we want to talk about.
I have my notes here on the side, like looking at the website.
Secret.
I'm cheating a little.
Okay, but like you said, you there was rework done to the AR, right? So it just feels snappier, like you said, and it does. You
Yeah,
know,
and we've heard a lot of good feedback on these changes. Like at first, the gun was said that it was not usable. It wasn't powerful enough. The ADSing didn't feel good enough. We took that feedback while we were developing Scar H, and we also improved the systems to kind of build these weapons, all the attachments, all the when you look through the scopes, visibility stuff, and we just improved everything. And we applied it to both weapons at the same time, pushed out these things, and yeah, I think they're really in a great shape right now. There's still
Yep.
things that we can improve, and we will improve as feedback comes in. But so far, related to these weapons, the feedback has been really great, and a lot of these weapons actually, if nobody hasn't followed up yet, but these are weapons that are built for the new meta, which is something we're going to be talking about later a bit more. But
yeah. But really quickly, Scar. Why was that put in?
yes.
It's a very powerful weapon, and I think quite
Yes.
expensive. If
Yes,
you, I mean, let's see how
expensive and powerful, and that was it was to offer another weapon in the AR, like scoped AR category, and to find like really like the top end of the ARs. Now our AR collection is quite complete for now. Doesn't mean that we're not gonna add new weapons in the future, because now we're able to do that as more and more easier. The next gun is already in development. Let's just say
Nice.
it that way. But the point was that we wanted to complete the AR package first, because that is kind of the core of any meta and economy in the game. So having that complete allows us to actually focus on the other areas of the economy later, and having a clear balance of power between kind of the cheaper ARs and the expensive ARs, and that's how we look at it. And yeah, Scar is a beast. That's all we wanted. Like, we wanted it to feel good, we wanted it to be beastly, and kind of showcase that if you're taking that weapon, you're about to dominate or embarrass yourself. Two options really.
Yep. You support. All right.
And it
So
looks great. Like all the
Yes.
stuff in the Scar, like having the view models have the scopes on the ground, for example, there. That was one thing that we really spend a lot of time to make sure that the world models and everything looks nice and the game looks top notch in that regard as well.
yeah, definitely. If you guys haven't tried the new weapons, definitely do try it. And yeah, so couple more things in this update, and then we can jump into some tournament news, and then we can jump into some 1.33 information. So, as you can see here, it's the UI, and we've been getting different feedback from the UI, and I would like to say, I think confirmed with Zanklar here, that this is not the final form of how
No.
the UI is supposed to be. So
This is just the start, so to say.
so it kind of goes back to what we just said about settings or anything else. We have to kind of, you know, break it down, rebuild it, kind of thing. Then we can build on top of it. So it's the same kind of concept that we've been doing, and there's a lot of work that's been put into this. So please give it some time and see what else is going to be coming out with this. So I mean, already just here alone, you can see something on the top right hand corner. Server. I think that's something that I've been at least asking
It's
for
been asked.
quite.
Yes.
It's like, oh, like, please don't go to a host game and scroll all the way down to change the server.
Yeah.
Please give me an option to change the server right there on the main page.
Yeah.
So definitely want to love that. Thank you for having that,
Yeah.
putting that in there.
Yeah, and a lot of the stuff about why we wanted to update the UI. So the old UI was limiting to us to bringing new features and new ideas to the game. This new UI, a lot of this that you see currently is because we reworked a lot of the tech behind the UI. You've seen the 3D background that has the characters and spins and all that, and then we have the event backgrounds, 2D support, all that. So we're trying to address general issues that have had with the UI experience and trying to make everything have more space for future. And you're going to be seeing a lot of updates in the future with a lot of changes to the UI here and there. We're going to be working out most of the pages in the game to address different things and changing and updating the actual look of the UI. A lot of it is like a transitional UI at the moment, so to say. So we're going to be changing the critical pass, we're going to be changing the loadout, the store is going to get a huge update, social tabs, everything, even the main menu currently is going to be evolving as the time goes by. So we're really committed to bringing a better experience in the UI side of the game as well, but also in gameplay. So we're looking at both sides because the experience here is just as important as in the game, because you spend time here, you look at your skins, you equip them, you do a lot of other things, you chat with your friends, do your clans, all that kind of stuff. So we want to make sure that the experience throughout the game is nice, new, modern, and allows us to add new features in the future. That is the real meat of the whole change, is that we needed space to bring you new features, because the old UI, every time we wanted to add something, we were like, oh no, the profile is so full, where can we put this? It doesn't fit anywhere. Now it's going to be even more cluttered. And the same has been going on with loadout, with introducing animations and other things. It just needs space, and we need to reorganize things, and that's what this first step is, so to say. The next updates are already going to have a lot of cool stuff. We're going to be bringing you, for example, with the skin previews, you're going to be able to see where the skin actually originated. Like, what event was this skin from? And that kind of stuff. I'm not going to spoil more, but that's something that we're going to be bringing you guys so that you can see better. Oh, whoa, this skin is actually really OG, old one. And we'll add that kind of things. And many other changes are coming. But it's a lot of cool stuff.
So I wanted to, so basically you were saying that, in summary again, like there's just a lot of different things that's built a certain way, and with this new UI change we're able to be more
we're able to do
versatile.
That. Yeah.
So profile picture, like this whole profile, we can be able to add more things, more stats. Maybe you can see how long you played Kirkov, right? Like there's
when did you create your account? Other things like that we can finally bring in, and we're looking really forward to hearing players' feedback over the changes. There's been some negative feedback over some of the issues, like performance-wise. Yeah, that's going to take us a while to, again, figure out the low-end performance, high-end performance with the new 3D background. That one is made to showcase the content in the game better. Like, you see the characters, you can see the guns, the skins. We're going to be bringing a lot more cooler stuff to the background scene, for example, in the future, hopefully. So a lot of this takes time, but we're really pushing forward with the change and trying to bring you a new modern experience that we feel is worthy of the game itself and what you guys want in the game as well.
Yep. And I think one of the last things to talk about in 1.32 is the matchmaking. So that's like one of the last things to make sure that we address here on the stream. So as we're talking about everything, all the feedback that we've been getting, please enlighten us about the matchmaking.
Yeah, so with 132, we introduced changes to the matchmaking system itself. The reason why we did it in 132 is because we are nearing the end of this current rank season, and we wanted to push out the updates now, get all the kinks and the bugs out before the new season starts. So yeah, the rollout wasn't as smooth as we hoped. We had to revert it a few times, and there's still been a bit of an issue, but right now everything seems to be going out smoothly with the latest updates, and we are working hard to make sure that the new changes are applied the right way, the matchmaking is doing its thing accurately, so that you get that right experience that we promised you and mentioned you. So that if you haven't read the patch notes, I recommend you to go to read the patch notes so you understand how the new matchmaking system works. But in the simpler way, it's that you're limited ±1 from your own rank to play with others, depending on, of course, whether you are at the really higher ranks or the lower ranks. The gap is a bit different, but overall it's much more tighter matchmaking, what the community has been asking for, and hopefully with this we can also improve the performance. The matchmaking speed should be much faster with this new system than the old one. That's one of the reasons why we removed the play against anyone pop-up, for example, because there's no need for it in this new system. All the testing we did for it shows that the performance of this one is much better, and we don't need that kind of, because that was also one of the reasons that caused a lot of players to be confused. Why am I playing with Spec Ops when I'm an Iron?
Yes.
Well, because you accepted to play against anyone, so all you needed is that, and then the match has all those. So we have been following this feedback a lot. We've been trying to figure out how to address what the community really wants, because there are different pockets of community, and everyone wants a bit different experience out of it. Some people feel like the matchmaking system should be more like for grinding the rank. Ours is really a skill-based elo rank. Like you actually are going to have a tough time getting that rank go up sometimes. The more you play ranked, the harder the elo health, so to say, becomes. And that's a thing. It's a thing in this game. That's how our rank seasons have been built. We don't have a system where you just grind yourself to the top, so to say, unless you're really, really, really good. And that's one of the things that, and we're trying to improve it all the time, listening to the feedback. We're already working on the next improvements to the matchmaking system. Like every time we've been bringing more and more improvements to it. We're going to be telling you more about the improving the communication in the matchmaking. So when you're inviting someone to the party, seeing whether you can play with them or not, this kind of stuff. So we're trying to improve that, and any ideas, send them on our way. Reddit, Discord, Twitter, everywhere. We're listening everywhere. So just give us the feedback. Try to be iterate it well, so that it's not just like this is bad. Yes. Constructive feedback is the best, so we can actually decipher what you mean.
Zenclar, I think a lot of people are asking, when's the next ranked season?
Next update.
Okay, I thought you were gonna tease it or something, but yeah, you just straight up said it. Okay, so next update is
33. Yeah. Okay. We're gonna be activating it. So get ready. Not saying when the update is coming yet. Differentiate with that. But yeah, we are working on, like, we've been postponing it a bit on purpose because we wanted to get the matchmaking changes in at the end of the season instead of the new season starting with bugs, because we wanted to make sure that this is part of our, like, we're trying to always kind of figure out the best way to bring these updates to you guys, and then having those updates go out, addressing the bugs before we bring in something bigger and new. That's something that we're going to touch upon later with the 133 and the new changes that are coming there, for example. I'll address some of that stuff later.
Yeah. So someone asked, when is 1.33? Well, it's after 1.32.
Yes.
Or 1.32.5.
Simple.
But anyways,
or however many.
So basically, to summarize what you're saying, we didn't want to start a new ranked season until certain things is introduced and certain things are steady before you start to do your grinding and to do your ranking. So things are thought ahead of time to make sure that we try to minimize any type of bad experience that you may have. So please note this is a lot of this is in the thought process of this. So but just,
yeah, and when it comes to the matchmaking system, like, a lot of times we really have to see how it performs in the live environment. Beta is often not enough for us to always see all the issues. If you are willing and want to experience things early and you don't care about seeing some bugs, please join our betas. It will help us a lot to get these updates coming out smoother. So it would be really great if you have your friends join the beta with you, check it out, then hop in back if you feel like there's too many issues or not for you, so you can wait and kind of be up to date with everything. So beta really helps us, and we would wish that more people would join it as well early, so we get that feedback and be able to address the issues earlier, because some issues only happen in live environments. That's something everyone needs to understand. We're working through those, but updating the live environment takes much longer than updating the beta. So that's one of the reasons why we're trying to find out ways to communicate this stuff better to you guys, but also get you guys to get in early, so to say. join our Discord, join our different programs, and get things going forward.
Okay, so that being said, you're talking about giving feedback, giving constructive feedback. This is the next topic I want to talk about. So thank you for spending so much time to explain all these different the reasons why we have in Whatnot 3.2 and explaining how we've been getting feedback and how we're addressing them. But now I want to kind of make sure that you guys know that you guys can join, be able to apply and get into like some of the programs that we have. So for example, some of you guys already know we have a moderator program that helps us kind of like with different things in our community. So for example, Stream, there's some awesome moderators. Thank you guys for being in chat and helping out to communicate and let people know what's going on in chat. On our Discord, they're helping out with that. Then we have a group of beta testers, so everyone that is that has downloaded the beta, you guys can help to actually help us see if there's anything that that needs to be changed before the live update, before it gets to everybody. So we will have applications actually for that. I just want to show that really fast, and the application should be sending out into the chat as well, so you guys can be able to take a look. And if you're interested in helping out in the community of Critical Ops, you can definitely apply for there. And it's funny because we were just kind of talking about this before, and there was a lot of great people that we saw that applied for this type of application a few years ago, and they are the ones that are in our PTP program. They're the ones that are in our moderator program, and the ones that are like, that's so awesome, and it's a joy to be able to talk with them each day and have them help out with different things. So if you are interested in helping out with the community, you can apply, and I think that's pretty much it for that. But let's take a little break before we jump into 1.33. Let them breathe a little bit. I will go over some.
Yeah, a lot of stuff, a lot of heavy listening, but trust us, it's worth it.
Yes.
Because a lot of these times, everyone is asking for transparency, and we want to give you guys exactly why certain things are taking long, how we are addressing things, and why something is the way it is. This is our best way to tell you guys, and those who are really committed members of the community, this is really for you guys to spread the love and tell other players that, hey, these guys are doing things. Hopefully you guys are helping us to spread our word to the rest of the community, and that way we can clear out the misunderstandings within the community.
Yep. I'm a parent, St. Clair's a parent, and we want to give you transparency for sure. So next thing to talk about is tournament stuff. So we're going to jump into some tournament information, some tournament news, and then we'll jump right into
some goodies coming after.
Yes, for sure. So first thing to talk about, we did cover before about the competitive roadmap. So this is going to be changed a little bit, but we'll update it as soon as it does come out. So we have a lot of tournaments going on. So if you are interested in playing in any types of tournaments, we have our main official tournament circuit that's going on. We have partners of mobile esports that's going to have an event pretty soon. The Embers of Victory, I believe, and you guys can. It's their second season, so it's going to be out soon. We'll make sure that you guys know about that when that goes live. But again, this is going to be changed a little bit just because we are moving some tournaments around, and you'll see why very soon. But to cover what's going on, the Golden Ox has just concluded last month, and I wanted to make sure we give a shout out to everyone that placed. And I wanted to say also thank you to the over 200 teams that signed up to compete in it. So if you missed this tournament, make sure you it's okay. You can. There's another one coming up towards the fall, so you guys can join there. But I want to give a shout out to all these teams that made it to the leaderboards. Never Give Up, Team Moyu Dynasty, IFL. We have Asia, Gaming Dragons, Cash Hunters, Revoke. And there's much more in here. But thank you everyone for participating. And if you did join the Golden Ox, please do give also feedback. So we're always listening. Besides the game feedback, we're also listening on how we can improve the tournaments for everybody as well. So one of the main things that's happening right now is Circuit Season 4. So in case you didn't know, Circuit is our official major tournament that we have for our top players to compete in. And main tournament 2 just finished 2 weeks ago, and we had NA finals last week. It was exciting. Make sure if you haven't seen it, go back and check it out. We wanted to kind of just quickly let you guys know that this Friday as well, we have another stream for you. So every single weekend from now on, you guys can watch Critical Ops competitive, and you can watch these 4 teams go at it this Friday through Sunday, and after that, we will be seeing, I believe, the Asia finals, and we also have the South America finals as well. So lots of Critical Ops for you guys to watch, and make sure that you tune in this Friday for EU at 9 a.m. PDT or 6 p.m. CEST to catch day 1 for Circuit Season 4 EU finals. But all right, should we jump straight back into 1.33, or do we need to do like a giveaway and then we talk
maybe
about
do
it?
a giveaway. Sounds like nice. People have been asking if we're doing those. Yeah, let's do one.
Yes. So again,
Pick some names.
We're not doing any viewer games unfortunately today, but we will have giveaways. Right now, if you want to enter the giveaway, all you need to do is type your IGN, exactly how it's spelled, and then you have a chance to win a premium case. So type it in to the chat, exactly how it's spelled. If maybe you can pick like 5 names, I can pick 5 names right now, and then we can jump into 1.33.
Sounds good.
And if you don't mind, if you can help me copy some of them, and we can just paste them into like a chat that we have, that'd be great.
Yes, that's good.
I hope everybody spells their
remember,
name correctly.
Yeah,
because,
spell your name right. If it's mistaken, if spelled, it's gonna go somewhere else or someone else.
Yeah, I think last time Compliance spelled his name Compliance. So whoever Compliance is, congratulations to Compliance. But, make sure that you spell it correctly. Don't put any dashes. Don't put any numbers before it. And keep note that it does take some time for us to send these cases. So we need to make sure we talk with UPS and FedEx and DHL and make sure that we arrange it to send it over after stream sometime. So let's go ahead. Do you have 5 already?
Yeah, I'm just picking my last one.
All right.
I'm gonna
got some
send
people
it
from
Send it to
Facebook.
you.
We got some people from YouTube. We got some people from Twitch.
Send them to you here.
I almost have 5. I have 3. Okay. You ready?
Yeah.
Okay. I guess I can start real fast. Congratulations to Delighted. You get a premium case. This other name, Bree, this LTU. So congratulations to you. ENG Joel Pro. Congratulations to you. I'm sorry if I'm butchering your name. I've been lack of sleep. Master X. Congratulations to you. And Bart 1II. Congratulations. Take it away, Zenklar.
Yeah. So my 5 were okay. This first one is a bit hard to read, but Alandia written. Agonized. Then we have Axe Dracula. We have King 1920, and we have Guy from Poland.
I guess the guys from Poland.
Yeah.
I love those names.
A nice username.
Yeah.
Yeah, the guy from Poland.
Okay. Congratulations, everyone. We're gonna jump right now into 1.33. So, if you guys saw stream announcements, there was something that there's some images. I think they were kind of hidden, but I maybe you seen them, maybe you didn't, but they were there, and we're gonna be talking about it. So if you didn't know, you saw these kind of 4 images in the front, and it's basically, I guess let you take it away. Let you have the honors to talk about it.
The image that you shared, you mean?
Yes. Yes.
Yeah. Do you want to throw it on the screen?
Yes. I'm actually going to just throw it in the game.
Oh,
Then you can
nice,
you can
spicy.
be able to see it. Yeah.
Yeah. So, like I mentioned in the dev update video that we made before for 32, new meta is coming. Surprise, surprise. And we've been working on it for a long time, and this is kind of the best way we decided to introduce it is through armor rework. So what better way to put the whole meta into a new shape than revamping all the armors in the game? And this is a big one. So it impacts the game in a way that we have to rethink the economy of the game itself. We have to think about the weapon balancing, how the armor impacts itself, the game, and all that. So as you can see, helmets, Kevlar body armor, and light and heavy sets. So a lot of stuff is changing, a lot of stuff is coming, and a lot of cool stuff is coming. Things that players have been asking for, and we've been collecting the feedback for a long time. Something about the armors, you can buy any kind of mix of the set you want. You can go full heavy, full light. You can buy light helmet or heavy Kevlar. You can mix and match whatever you want. What will happen? Everything costs. So don't buy it by mistake. Or if you want to change, you have to pay for it. Part of the economical changes that we have to improve utility usage. We've also noticed that a lot of times buying utilities has been a bit of this kind of mindless, so to say. You just buy everything and that's it. Well, now you won't be able to do that anymore because you actually have to think where you're spending your money. And that's a big part of the new tactical vision that we want to drive. Make you think about the decisions every step of the way. What is kind of like, do I save money now? Do I buy for my friends now? All the kind of core mechanics of the diffuse game mode that makes it interesting. Managing your economy as well as figuring out what guns do I buy, how do we play this round? Do we eco? Do we go full out? And all that kind of stuff. So yeah, armor change is huge. And there's a lot of nuances and details that we're going to share later about the armors, how they work. Something that the community has been asking that I want to tell you about already is that aim punch is going to be a thing. Armor is going to impact aim punch, so it's going to reduce it. Hugely asked feature. And another one that we decided to actually go for is movement speed. Heavier armor, lower movement speed. Oh. So it's going to have a bit of an impact on that, and you can mix match to get your perfect setting, so set up, so to say.
That's
so, yeah.
slow.
Yeah.
Yeah. Definitely.
But all of these changes with the armor are going to be balanced with all the other stuff that comes along with the game itself. So the heavy armor gives you a lot of aim punch reduction, so it's actually more worth it for that reason as well. So you can be a bit more of a take a few more bullets, so to say.
I feel like I just ate like a whole pizza. I can't move.
We've also fine-tuned the game feel a lot because we wanted to make sure that the armors have a unique feel to each. So you actually have to think which one you go with. What gun are you using? Maybe the heavy armor is not the best option to go with the most expensive AR because all of a sudden you're spending a lot of money in the economy. And that's another big part of it is the economical choices that you're going to have in the new meta and the new economy.
So again, going into this new field, it's so that there's more different options. There's more that you can actually be more tactical. You can think about like what strategic about what you're going to be doing in the game, and that's the kind of direction we're trying to go towards. And As you can see, I just wanted to show the weapon. I mean the armor. At the top right hand corner, you saw that it's 200 there. For the
Yeah, we
heavy
have the
one.
armor indicators, the damages, all that is showing, and each armor is actually separate. So if the helmet breaks, you still have body armor.
Okay.
If the body armor breaks, you still have helmet. So we've done a lot of changes to that. And for example, the armor doesn't cover your legs.
Yeah.
Surprise, you don't have leg armor. But we wanted to bring more nuances to the game. So actually selecting whether you go for shooting someone in the body or the head. Head is always the weakest. But if they have a heavy helmet, depending on your weapon, that might change the game and the dynamic of the way you handle the situation. So it's going to be interesting to see what players are going to do with it, and it's going to be really interesting to also see that how much how players are going to feel about it and what kind of ideas they have for the future balance and changes of the game in going forward.
Okay. So that being said, I mean, let's we have some values of how much the armor costs currently, but they're not completely set,
Yes.
right?
They're fairly set. This
set,
economy that you're going to be seeing in the game is pretty much the one we're going to be rolling out with. So you're going to get a real sneak peek at the new economy here, and also faction weapon changes. There are some nuances changed. I teased something a bit earlier about in my Twitter already, but there are going to be changes in terms of like what guns are on what side. Some guns have had additions to them to make them a bit different to use, and other things like that. So yeah, I hope that the new changes, we're going to talk about them more and later, but there's a lot of cool stuff coming with the new meta and economy, and some of the guns have had minor adjustments to them. We're not aiming to change the feel of the guns too much, but due to how the armor works, how it impacts the game overall, we've had to adjust some of the things. Like one of the bigger changes we've done is reducing the random spread of the gun recoil patterns. So now that when you're shooting, your bullets are actually a bit more accurately going where they should be. So there's a little bit less random spread in the guns. But that also is encountered by more inaccuracy when you're moving. So we wanted to hone down the core mechanics of the game itself. So not running and gunning too much, but you still have that option with certain weapons. SMGs, for example, are great for run and gunning, whereas ARs, not so much. But yeah.
So we're gonna do a demonstration.
Killing everyone here.
We're gonna do a demonstration.
Yeah, we're gonna having a play session here with our P2P program members. So these guys are the ones who are kind of helping us test things early, and we've been developing this with them, and having like give their feedback along the way for at this point some months already. So that's one of the really important things that we want to showcase to you guys, is that we're doing this with the community. We can't talk about everything early in public, but this is our way of trying to talk to you a bit more about what's coming, showcase some of that stuff, get some early reactions, get some feedback, so you guys can get into the loop early and kind of prepare yourself for the upcoming changes. This one is going to be a huge one, and we hope that it's going to be interesting. There are some silenced weapons. You can take the M4.
Yes, we'll show that a little bit later. Save that a little bit later. I want to show some people like what's the difference. And MR already feels different. So
yeah, MR is back.
MR is back.
It's been a big feedback. Like I've been collecting a lot of feedback from the community in terms of what they want to see, what kind of changes they want to see in the meta. Snipers, pistols, ARs, and we've collected all of that, and we've looked at it and built the new economy and the meta around the best things that the game has been offering, and then figuring out interesting ways to evolve it. So, for example, MR and Deagle, their positioning, there's a 50-50 love split between the community between those weapons. So it made sense to kind of bring both into a state where they are both good, depending on what you want to use. Pick the one you want. But now, because of the new armors, you actually have a bit of like MR and AR. They're not going to dominate the end battle. what we really wanted with the new economy is to bring a new beginning, middle, and end game to the diffuse match, so to say. So you actually have to really think in terms of what you have money to buy with. Should you eco? Should you full buy? And another addition that we've done to the game is that if you can have someone have all the grenades and all of a full loadout and you shoot them, let's show them what happens.
Okay, I need to know. So basically, we're gonna do a demonstration. MR.
Yeah.
Somebody has. I don't know who this person is. Okay. Well, I'll find out what kind of armor they have. We can see, right? What kind of armor they have? No.
No, the armor is not visible in game,
Okay,
so that's one of the
not
things that we're not yet able to do.
Okay.
But
I just shot him once.
the armor has a huge difference in terms of impact. That
Okay.
heavy armor, less aim punch, all that.
Okay, so that was twice. This maybe he's heavy armor. 2. No, it's still two shot.
Yeah, so when it comes to all of this kind of stuff, the data, how many shots does it take to kill with a specific gun?
Okay.
Something we're going to be releasing for you guys is we're going to give out a lot of data with this update.
Okay.
We're preparing the Intel page that we talked about in update 125, and we're finally bringing that out. We're going to be putting all of the gun values there. We're going to be putting everything you could ever want in terms of data. So you'll be able to understand pretty much everything in the economy, the meta, the gun balance, the damages, how many shots does it take to kill max damage, how many shots does it take to kill minimum damage, and all the things, armor values, character values, whatever we can come up in. And let us know what kind of stuff do you actually want to see, because we're committed to this new kind of more transparent way of showing you the data, having you guys be involved in the development of the meta and the balance, and being able to talk to you on the same level. That like when somebody says, oh, the deagle is too strong, now we can actually have a conversation where we can look at the data, we can see like, okay, what happens if we nerf it? What happens if we give some other weapon more power? How does it actually impact the economy? And that's something that we really want to do together with the community and our most dedicated players in the comp scene to really push the game to the next level.
Okay, so we wanted to kind of show like, okay, MR it seems to be like a 2-shotter from what it seems. So
yeah,
no matter I guess where you are, it seems to be like that. Now I have a MPX, so I believe this is Kier. So he's using the light armor, and how do I do I just hold it down or should I just tap it?
Just
how do you want me to
do taps to the body, for example.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 6. Okay, and then the heavy armor, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So one more extra, I guess, for this one at least.
Yeah, it depends on your distance. And,
the distance,
distance plays a big role in the max damage.
Okay.
So every gun has a distance that they're good at. ARs are great at longer distances. Snipers are even greater. Village is a good map to showcase. This hill is one of the ones that, like the whole hill up is a good example of a really long distance area where snipers would dominate, for example. So that's one of the things that, and like for example with the AR has been boosted in this economy a bit to have like a really one-shot headshot kill ability from certain distances.
Okay, so I'm gonna go right here.
Who is juggling?
I'm gonna shoot right here. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, this is the AR-15. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So a little bit more extra. I guess it just depends on how far you are. Which gun should I like test to actually show more? Should I like try a sniper or?
Well, take the TRG.
TRG.
That's a fun one.
Okay. Maybe
well, let's see. Maybe take the U ratio actually.
U ratio. Okay.
Yeah, I think we might have a bit of a. This is live demo and bug, so there might be things happening. But yeah. Maybe U ratio.
Keep note that this is like a pre-alpha build, like it's not a final form of anything.
Not even beta. Yes.
Not even beta. Yeah. So just if it's a little choppy or whatnot, it's just because it's not in its final form at all. How do you want me to do this?
Yeah. So U ratio you can do. The other one has light and the other one heavy, right?
Yes. I don't know which one, but
shoot them into the chest.
Okay. Okay. Chest right here. Well, that's one shot. So Kier had the light armor, and then heavy armor right here. Still one shot.
Moment of.
So
yeah.
Still
so this was one of the worries that the community, for example, early thing that
so that's why you wanted to
POTC
show it.
Is U ratio gonna be one shot, one kill still?
No,
yes, it will, but not to the legs.
Not to the legs.
Legs are gonna take at least a few shots. But that's one of the things that we want to make sure that you actually have to aim. You have to actually hit your shots to the right body parts. Legs are something that we wanted to make sure that it's not just spray wherever and then get a kill. You actually have to aim to the body. Then if you have body armor, you're a bit more protected. So that's why armor has actual impact in this one. And of course, the aim punch reduction is a huge thing. A lot of players have been asking for us to address aim punch because it changes the way you can counter someone who shoots at you. And this should make a big difference in it. The way whether you have light armor or heavy armor, if you get shot in the head or if you get, so there's a huge difference in that. Shotguns are interesting. They are been challenging to balance, but with this new one, close range they're really deadly as always. But longer distance, it's gonna take a few shots. But if you aim for the head and you get enough pellets to hit the head, it's gonna be pretty devastating, so to say.
Okay, so that was heavy armor here, and
heavy is much more stronger against the shotguns.
Got it.
But close range shotguns dominate.
Okay.
We've paid a lot of attention to the distance of the guns. So
nice.
Distance plays a big role in the minimum maximum damage of the game. And we wanted to make sure that every gun category reflects that. Snipers are the long distance kings. Pistols are pretty good at the kind of medium range. And shotguns are definitely for close range. And all of the data about the distances, the damages, is all going to be on the Intel pages that we're going to release. So you'll get
what's the TRG?
Full transparency.
Did you take my TRG? Yeah. I will get the TRG. Okay, I'm gonna test the TRG. I'm gonna test another one. So if, I think chat's been suggesting. Let me see what the next weapon is. Like, let me know which one you want to see. We're gonna do TRG now to test out the helmet, and not the helmet, the armor. So TRG.
Yeah, TRG is a good one to test from use a bit of distance still. It's a sniper.
So I'm assuming this is Kira again. 1, 2.
You can use the headshot even with this one, if you want.
Okay. Let me try this first, and then next round I'll do the headshot. So this is 1, 2. Oh, still 2. So okay. Okay. Let me headshot, because TRG headshots are pretty sweet. They're pretty good.
Yeah, as long as the other one has a light helmet and the other one heavy, it should be interesting to see the difference.
Yes, let me get the TRG again to do the headshot, and then I think people were saying, what about knife? Is it still the same? Like, is it?
Yeah, knife still works the same. We haven't done any major changes to how the knife works, so knife is pretty much the same as always.
Got it. Okay, so I'm gonna try some headshots here, and then right after, try something that, something else. Okay, so headshot. If he starts moving around, well, where's the other guy? Oh, there he is. Okay, so headshot. I'm assuming
light
this is
demonstration is
light helmet. No, heavy helmet. So nope. It's still gonna.
You're not safe from those. No, so the worries that people were having about the early, like when we released the armor thing, was that people think that it's gonna be like people are eating bullets. No,
Yeah.
that's not going to be the case. We've spent a lot of time to make sure that certain guns still have that punch and impact. For example, TRG is one-shot kill to the body if you have no armor.
Mm-hmm.
It's a big change from, and even with the light armor, you can get one-shot kill through the body. So there's going to be these really nuanced changes within the economy and the meta, and we can't wait to release all of the data for you guys to actually look at it, get an early feel for it. We're hopefully going to be doing a bit more of this kind of play sessions and showing how things are in action. Something that you could show in action if you want to demonstrate. If any one of the coalition guys has bought the whole set of grenades and everything, what happens when you kill them?
Oh, okay. Well, they
Yeah.
didn't. I don't see it here, so they don't have. If our people behind the scene can tell them to next round, please buy it. Then that would be awesome. So I'm gonna go like this. This is light armor. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh my gosh. That's for the P250, and this is about the same distance. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, so at least one more shot with that P250. Okay, so you're telling them to buy a bunch of utility, and then
Yeah, buy a whole set, pistols, main weapon, utilities. Let's see what happens when
I'm
you
trying to
shoot
see
them.
if there's chat. Let's just do Deagle. Let's just show Deagle. Okay, so anybody just joining us, we are talking about 1.33, and we are introducing new meta changes, new armor, and it's all. We want to make sure that we let you guys know now, so that you guys know that we're actively trying to get feedback about it to see what we can do to adjust it, and make it great for you guys. So they have all of these goodies on them. So I'm gonna shoot 1,
You can go a
2.
bit closer to.
Oh, 3. And they dropped everything.
What's that? Yeah, a lot of goodies.
Oh.
So that's going to be a big part of the new meta and the new economy. Is that once you die, you actually drop your grenades, you drop both your guns and everything else. So there's a huge risk and reward in everything that you do.
Okay, he has
So if
heavy
you go
armor.
full buy,
He has heavy armor.
Yeah.
I'm gonna test this out. Okay, that's 1 grenade. 66 he put. Okay. No? 32. So wow. You get pretty good frag. Oh, you have one more. So thoughtful. Give me all your
you
stuff.
get a bit more frag resistance through the heavy armor because it does have a bit of absorption. So
Okay.
we spend a lot of time to improve these nuances of the meta, especially. So you're going to notice a lot of differences between guns. There's going to be gun pairings that are kind of like the opposites, like the classic AK and M4.
I made myself.
That's something.
Oh.
You should buy the
Oh.
M4.
I can't on this team, but I'm gonna switch myself.
Yeah, you're on breach. Yeah.
Yeah.
Hop onto the other team.
I didn't die yet. 2 grenades. That's awesome. So, I mean, maybe just thinking about, okay, I'm gonna go to a bomb site and they nade it. I'm still gonna be okay, but I'm gonna be hella slow.
Only if you have armor. So if you invest in armor, you're fine. If you have no armor, you're just as soft as always.
Yeah. Okay. So let me switch teams and show some other one of these last things before we can just kind of watch some of the gameplay. Watch some of the PTP members play. So
Yeah, they're itching for action already.
yes. Let me move some people over to the breach, and I can demonstrate our commands here. Oh, he just
join
already.
up to it as well.
Haha! I have changed your team. You can't do nothing about it, Kier. Okay, so now I am in the coalition side, and I am going to buy an M4. What is that on my gun?
That's something that we've wanted to add for a few weapons.
It was a fly.
coming.
It was a fly. It just flew away. But no, it's a silencer.
Yes.
How?
So
how does
that's
it
part
sound?
of the faction split. Yeah. Changing the things up a little bit, like keeping things fresh. Something that
Huh.
we've heard from the player base a lot, like that the game wants some nice changes and additions. And we thought that bringing a few more silenced weapons, especially the coalition side, would be interesting. So,
Okay.
for example, the MP5 has a silencer as well.
I can
And
do
there's
that
a specific sniper on the breach side that also has a silencer. So,
Yoink.
yeah, changing things up a little.
Okay, my turn. So, I can't
Juggle
juggle
act.
anymore. I can kind of juggle. Okay, so let's test out. Oh, they took my. Okay, never mind. M4. Let's see how it goes. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh, this is about the same distance. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Oh, 6. I think it's maybe I was a little bit closer. So, what's the difference then? You have the silencer now. It's just obviously it probably sounds different.
Well, the gun has been rebalanced, of course.
Yeah.
It follows the new balance with the damages. So none of the gun values are the same as they used to be. So the old data doesn't apply in a way because of the armors. We've changed the multipliers on the body. So, for example, a headshot is a 4 times multiplier now. So there are massive differences in how damage and things are calculated. So, for example, you're gonna notice certain changes with the damage amount of the guns. For example, if I will just give you a few of these, the U ratios, max damage is going to be 135. That doesn't tell you a lot because there's multipliers that you're also counting, and then there's reductions from armor. But like the old value, they don't match with the old ones. So it's rethinking the way damage and stuff is calculated in many ways. And like certain guns are we're gonna be releasing how many shots to kill each gun actually takes in the final version and in the intel page, and that's part of our like trying to bring you more data, give you transparency, make it easier to understand everything in the game. So
all right,
yeah,
so I'm gonna have the members of the PTP start playing. I'm gonna spectate. So just if anybody's just joining us, we're talking about 1.33 update. We just want to kind of introduce this to everyone to let everyone know the thoughts behind what we want to be able to do going forward to have more of a tactical, more of like a strategy, kind of like what you're gonna do. Like you don't just mindlessly buy armor. Maybe you have to think about it. Maybe I should get heavy armor, which means that you may move slower. But then you have like 200 armor you can see on here, and the little icons on the top right hand corner with the plus, it means that you do have the heavy one, and the regular one does mean that you have the light one. And obviously, if you don't have any armor, there's nothing there. So I just wanted to make sure that anybody just joining us knows what's happening. This is not the current update. This is something that we are actively testing with the PTP as well, and they've been great. I want to thank them personally on here for all their time and effort to help us kind of test these things. And I mean, you can see up there on the screen, like even the smoke grenade. That's one of the things I helped test and see, like there was so much involved in it. It's like, how many times do we have to make it so it looks different color? Like how dense was it? So there's a lot of work behind everything that's being put into the game. So please, have an open mind when we go into these things. And of course, we are always listening to feedback. And later on, and on the Discord stage, we'll talk more about these kind of things going forward. So I'm gonna jump into spectator, and I'm gonna let them play a little bit so we can kind of watch some of them that have like heavy armor or light armor or things like that. I'm not sure if there is one more person, so for it to be a 3v3, but maybe you can even join, Zenklar, if you want to. Yeah,
I'm actually already playing there.
Oh, okay, cool. Yeah, you're in there already. but at least I can kind of spectate to see what's going on. Like, for example, he is Kier has 100 health and 150 plus a heavy helmet, so that might be the way that you go. Let's take a look here. Blanket just has a light here. Oh, nice. And yeah, and this AFK.
McLaren, all pro.
Yep. What's gonna happen here? Anticipating. Oh, grenade 82. Oh nope. He's up. He's up. You forgot that they have heavy armor, I think. Let's see.
But yeah, a lot of the economy is that we wanted to give the game like a fresh feel, and a lot of it comes through this armor stuff. And what this really is, that it is the starting point for what's next. We're gonna be talking to you guys in the future updates and in future videos about all kinds of things that are coming into the game. So there's gonna be a new series of videos talking about what's next. We've already been focusing on a lot of this, like how do we communicate it with the team, and then, for example, how do we communicate it to the players, and talk a little bit about what's coming in the future. That's something that we haven't been able to. We've always been just focusing on kind of talking to you about the next thing, but we want to look at a bit more longer term and tell you what is actually coming, why are we doing these changes, and what it all means. And we hope that this allows you all to kind of enjoy the ride as well and to participate early, so you guys can be part of evolving this whole meta and the gameplay feel and all the different content and features we're developing, because it's really all making this game for you guys, and it's really great to see the responses to the features that we're getting. And yeah, it's just a lot of cool stuff and really nice stuff to work on. Like, it's been really interesting to build a new meta and economy based on what we've had, and figuring out like how does multiple different armors fit into it, and what kind of changes do we need to make. And yeah, there's going to be a lot of changes, of course, later on as well. We're always going to be evolving it, always going to be figuring out how can we make it better, how can we improve certain things. If a gun is too powerful, figuring out how to balance it again and all that. But yeah, it's an exciting time in that sense, that a lot of new cool stuff.
Yeah.
So now is a good time to kind of get into the game and getting into, because everyone has to learn something new. And for example, the economy stuff is going to it's going to be an interesting way to see how the esports scene is going to react, and what kind of new strategies they can evolve with the fact that now you drop all of your gear if you die. What kind of things is the pricing going to change? Can you actually invest in the heavy weapons early on, because now you actually have to think about your money more. So yeah, it's going to be a lot of cool, interesting changes, and we spent a lot of time trying to figure out how to make the game feel more fresh, give you more opportunities and more interesting gameplay options. So it's not just the one and the same, but you actually have a lot of tools to outplay your opponents and all that kind of stuff. So yeah, really looking forward to what the future holds, and the future upcoming updates especially.
Yep, me as well. Very excited. It just unlocks multiple different possibilities in the world of critical ops. Quick thank you, Blank, Compliance Care, Deadshot, McLaren, everybody else that joined that may have not have your original name, or Ops 1963451. But thank you for joining the session for us to demonstrate this these kind of this 1.33 teaser for everybody. I still can't, in my mind I'm just like, with the heavy armor, I'm just still thinking like, all right, I just ate a huge meal like at a buffet. I'm just like, all right, guys, hold on, let me get there. And it's still funny to me. But it's really awesome to see what we can do with this. One more thing to show. This isn't over. We have some different maps to show. maps. Okay, so we're gonna do one more kind of teaser. We're gonna show you two different maps. One is a rework, and you probably already know what it is. But right after this, we will do one last giveaway at least, you know, to thank everyone for your time, and then we gotta jump into the Discord stage. So let's get to it.
Yeah, do join us there. That's gonna be fun.
Yes. So first thing to show, let's just show it. So this is going to be a new TDM map, and I hope I'm
No.
saying this right. Nigel's gonna
No,
gonna
it's
kill
not
me.
gonna be a TDM map.
No, it's not. Oh yeah, it's a elimination map.
Elimination map.
Elimination map. Oh, it's long overdue, and it's
Yes.
it's worth the wait. So, impasse.
Yeah, this one is a great one.
Am I saying it right? Impasse. Impasse.
Impasse.
Impasse. Like I guess it depends how you how you say it. But without you guys don't want to see me here struggling with this word. But let's just show you the map. So so show you some screenshots here. You can take a look at some first work in progress. I gotta make sure I put that on the screen for you guys to take a look. It's impasse. Impasse. So it's called. He corrected me. He made sure. He was like, you know, make sure you do that, or you can't show my map to the community. And okay, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. That's one of the. This is one of the images here, so you can see it's a work in progress. The next one to show at the same map is elimination map, and you can take a look at this. Ooh, this other area of this map. Really cool. I like the tunnel kind of feel here. Then we have
Bar,
the
cafe,
outside.
kind of,
Oh,
yeah.
this is gonna be sweet. I like this.
A lot of nice peeking. Like elimination maps always is the two sides mirroring kind of each other. This is gonna be fun. Like I can see a sniper's nest at the top there
Yeah.
behind. There's some covers, clearly some ways to parkour over those kind of things, and really interesting way, like 3 lanes to kind of cross over. And yeah, that's gonna be fun.
Let's give you another
Interesting.
angle. One more angle. You can see what Zenklar is talking about here. There you go. 3 lanes for you to cross over. Is there ducks? I don't know. You have to ask Nigel. But there's water. I can tell you that.
Water, ducks like water.
Yeah. They also like insurance. Some of them. Anyways.
Yeah, this seems like a really nice map to also host in custom games, like for 1v1s or 2v2s and like small sessions on, or it can be an absolute mayhem with like a full 8-on-8, for example. So it's going to be really interesting to see how this plays out, because we've had a lot of warehouse, another elimination map, like smaller layout, mirrored image. That's been really popular. It's one of the most popular custom hosted maps, and it's still the one mapped in elimination, and that's one of the reasons why it was so overdue already to have a next elimination map, and can't wait to see how this plays out. So yeah,
So,
really great. But yeah, I guess we go
again,
to the next one.
Those of you just joining us, this is a new elimination map coming soon, scheduled for 1.33, and it's going to be called Impasse. So can't wait for this to be in your hands, and you guys can try it out and let us know what you think. And I'm pretty sure it's going to be awesome, just like the other maps that Nigel makes. Let's go. Speaking of maps, let's show you one more. We're running out of time here. The rework of Grounded. So again, this is still work in progress, not completely finished yet, but I just want to make sure that we show this. Different images of what Grounded could look like.
Looking nice, looking crisp. Really
Yeah,
liking the vibe.
I really love the rework. It just makes the game
More modern airport finally. Doesn't look so outdated. Nice new colorful players.
we gotta go with the times, right?
I can see some changes there in the layouts a bit, right?
Yeah,
Am I not wrong? Yeah, that's
There
gonna
is.
be interesting.
that's gonna be interesting.
New entryways. Yeah,
And yeah, keep in mind, like, we do take a lot of feedback from it. Like we see how competitive players play, and this is gonna be awesome. I can't wait for this to be released. And two more images right here. That's cool. That's very cool.
Nice new area. Yeah.
Yeah.
More lively than the old one.
Yes. All right, and one more, and we're gonna do our one final giveaway after this. Okay, so what we're gonna do for the giveaway is we're gonna choose 5 each of who's gonna get a premium case, and then we're gonna both choose one player that will get the next critical pass, not this one coming up, but the next critical pass.
From those 5 or
no, the 5 is going to get premium case, 1 premium case each.
Okay.
But then at the end, we're going to pick 1 person each to get the critical pass, the next season's
nice.
next one. So let's go ahead and jump back over here to us, and how you enter is putting your IGN exactly how it's spelled into the chat. Again, don't put any IGN, don't type IGN, just type your exact IGN, your in-game name into the chat with no numbers, nothing. We will both pick 5 to get premium case, so let's do those first. I'm going to start choosing. There you go.
I'm gonna pick this one. More names.
Someone said hi,
YouTube
but I don't
chat.
think that's a person's IGN. Okay, we have this person.
I'm gonna take that one. And we're gonna take... Come on, YouTube chat. Put some more effort into it. More names.
Okay, I have my...
Still picking
5,
a few
I
more.
believe.
I'm still picking a couple more.
Okay,
Let's take...
I'm going to speak my 5. So each one of these players will get 1 premium case. C Row, congratulations. Kissy, KISSIY, PS underscore will get a premium case. Griffy. And then you have that dude Blast. Congratulations to all 5 of you for getting a premium case. Yeah. Zanklar, go ahead. Do the honors.
So I have Con Dash. Then we have Worst Gamer. Then we have O Salt. JJNK. And BRN69. Those are the 5 lucky ones.
Okay, now we're going to pick 1 more each. And before we pick 1 more each, I'm going to say our goodbyes. And we're going to pick the name, and we're going to say see you at the Discord stage. So thanks everyone for joining, watching today. We went over update 1.32, and we talked about many different things about your feedback and how we're addressing some of the changes in a very soon update, not 1.33, but even like sooner, right, sometime soon, 1.32 dash something. So we also went over some tournament news and some meta changes, big meta changes. So prepare yourself in 1.33. So we were able to demonstrate some things and show you some of the cool stuff in that update. So make sure if you check
a real sneak peek.
Yes.
World's first.
So make sure you check the VOD if you're just joining us and you missed all that action, and go back to the beginning of stream and watch all the goodies that came out today. But a couple things before we end the stream. Make sure that you tune in this Friday, 9 a.m. PDT, 6 p.m. CEST to watch day 1 for the Circuit Season 4 EU Finals. And again, right after this stream is over, we're going to be jumping onto our official Discord to have a Discord stage and talk about more of these goodies. You pick one, I pick one, and then...
Yep, I have mine.
Let's go.
Mine is going to go for King Zuko.
King Zuko. All right. Let's make
Yes.
sure we mark that.
Yeah, I'll send you the list of the names later.
Thank you. And I am going to pick randomly. Here we go. It's going to be June Toss. June Toss. So congratulations, you get the next critical pass when it's enabled. So it's only going to be enabled when the next critical pass drops. So please be patient with it, and you can always feel free to message us and let us know. But just be patient until the next pass drops, and it will be in your account. But
yeah, and definitely now join us in the Discord stage after this. Come hang out with us, talk about what you just saw, and yeah, we're gonna try to do something a bit different. Continue it in the Discord party.
Yeah, sounds good.
Maybe a giveaway, right?
Maybe
One giveaway.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Yes.
Maybe.
Yes. We I think we can. But again, thank you everyone for joining. Discord stage. Head over there now. We'll be there soon after a short break. Thank you again for joining, and we'll see you in the next one.
Yeah. Thanks. It was fun.
All right, everyone. Take care. Stay safe, and we'll see you soon. Bye bye.
Yep.